Hey everybody, welcome back. Final Fantasy 14, Betrayal to the Heavens. This is the last quest in this patch. But now, well, they're part 2 later on. But for now, this is it. Implications of the solstice and the winters. Schemes as well. Uh, as our approach moving forward will take time to consider to that end. I believe we should gather and speak in person. And by we, I mean our fellow scions. No. We're reconvening. We should never have, they should never have had that scene where they're like, we're disbanded. That like, no, I feel like they should never have had that. Because I feel like that gave the impression that everyone was leaving and we were going to get new characters and like a new team. And we just haven't gotten that, you know? So it's like, it's just like, oh, we're back. We're back, baby. It's just like, okay. Oh. For a change of pace, why don't we convene at the Rising Stones? I'm sure Tatra and others would be happy to meet us there. Fine idea. In many ways, our return is long overdue. Hell yeah. Back to Mordona, baby. Often I can't see you due to this massive chocobo. No doubt we could all use some respite after Garlemald, but I trust there are no objections. Tis settled then, to the Rising Stones. To the Rising Stones. Oh my god. Oh my god, to the Rising Stones. I can't believe it. We're gonna start the next expansion from the Rising Stones. That's actually somewhat exciting. Look at them all. Hello, everybody. Just leaving for Tyrol. We've been almost constantly on the move. It feels good to put my feet up in familiar stomping grounds. In spite of times, adventurers have some things endure. Vestigials? Vestigials? The sanctuary is surely among them. Yeah, thank you. Feels like a lifetime ago I first set foot within these walls. Though, even we all experienced lifetimes worth of triumphs and tribulations in the interim. Perhaps that's only natural. There was much more we could take care of in Garlemald. Even after tending to the wounded, I should be sure to share a full report with Ojika. 'Tis a pity my stay in Tyrol has come to an abrupt end. I should like to make arrangements to remain in touch with Shale. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that wouldn't be difficult, right? At times like this is a company of friends all the more precious. Dude, why is my character doing that? You see that? Like, I tried to turn to Alpha Note, and it, like, stayed facing this way for some reason. It's done that a couple of times, and it's almost got me killed before. I don't know why it does that. I wonder if my controller is, like, catching the drift. I hope not. Maybe a thing has changed since we last gathered here. No doubt Tataru is carefully responsive for the preventing state of tidiness. Speaking of whom, she has Tataru has not been here in like a long time though, right? Many comrades are en route. Let's wait for them a while longer. Many comrades? We're gonna get other people showing up? Got like Arenvald and all that, you know? Got the whole gang.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here.
True.
Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only. Thereafter, we did largely operate independent of one another.
Not really, I feel. For a teeny weeny bit.
All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
Me too, dude.
Apologies for our delay.
Oh, it's Hoary Boulder. Yay. Yeah. Yay. Here they go. Is this the first time he's been voiced?
Duty, as bid.
Is this... Wait, has Hoary Boulder never been voiced before? I feel like he's never been voiced. Is this a first? Maybe not. Remind me if that's not true.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with. But we're working on it.
Yeah, I'll find him. I mean, he'll show up. He'll
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag.
he'll pop up at some point.
Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Right now. Boom, Estinian.
Now, as much as I'd like to savor our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments.
There has been some
Will
developments.
you apprise us of the details?
I mean, I feel like Alphino should do it. I'm not as much of a public speaker as he is, but okay. Yeah, he's taken over.
The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear.
Oh my god, Horrid Boulder, man. You're getting so much screen time, brother. So glad. I'm glad for you.
Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
Yeah, it was very weird. They were like, yes, us Winterers, we've formed. We are the biggest assholes on the planet. It's like, what? It seems weird. Seems like a weird thing to say.
In light of the recent Void Sense incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Both the Source and the Reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation...
It would be nuts if they just made us the
What
bad
can we
guys for the next,
possibly do?
4 expansions. You know what I mean? Like, destroying shard after shard. That would be wild. It's not happening. That's not... To be clear, that's not happening. That would be crazy.
I wonder... Was Hydaelyn aware of the Solstice?
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar. So it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality.
Well, she would have tried to set something in place if she knew that, right? I don't think she had any way of knowing. I think she knew and chose to trust in us. I'm not sure if she had any way of knowing. Maybe she was completely oblivious to the fact. But I think they need to hear this, or at least Kryl needs to hear this. So we'll say this one. She chose to trust in us. I'm not so sure whether she knew or not. I don't know.
So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to make.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Ere I forget, Heron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession.
I mean, I have it, right?
After
Do I not
all,
have
It
Ethos?
seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
Damn. Okay, damn. We gotta talk to people now. That Druid's ever considerate factor. Grateful am I to refrain of weighty decisions of supply course of old friends. Converse of old friends. After Orion J and I went off on our own, yeah, for like 2 minutes, to spend some time exploring Jacques Terral, we never had a chance to visit during the Rite of Succession, you see. We journeyed east through Lozenia before heading up the coast to the frigid northern reaches. Well, I don't want to go there. They will receive assorted Berestus Sea. The excursion only survived to reinforce just how diverse Terral really is. I wish I saw it. We also met with Wallachie, though we had not the time to study their arts. We left at length, for their arts at length. We were privy to several intriguing demonstrations. Would that could have been indulged our curiosity further, and travelled to yet more distant lands, for better or for worse. Pragmatism trampled our wanderlust. I've missed reading your lines, Oriange. Back now, I've struggled so much. Suffice it to say, we still have plenty to see of the continent. Should very much like to return, given the chance. Yeah, me too. Hello. Oh, and I know. I hoped you come to your senses, but I see you're still in the throes of withdrawal. What? The brothers are reunited, and yet distance between them persists. How cruel fate to force me to choose. Damn. Hearing our comrades' tales reminds me of my efforts to master pictomancy. We've all come so far. What's up, Archibalda? How you doing? Ananor and I were training in Gridania when the Void sent attacked the Twelveswood. Thankfully, we were able to fend them off with the help of the Twin Adders. When I heard of the invasion which had already spread across the star, I realized the gravity of the situation, and ordered a confidential report sent to the other Scions. That's why Tartaru was so quickly appraised. Thanks to you, we were able to make haste to Garlemald. While circumstances of duty may keep us apart, we remain bound by a common purpose. Indeed. May the purpose continue to guide us. Now we stand together once again. I love that. I love that he was out there doing shit. That's great. Even after discussing revelations concerning Calyx, there were a great deal to share. It's difficult to know where to begin. That's great, man. Honestly, everybody in this room, I think, should be a trust. I think they should be converted into trusts, and you should be able to use them and pick which ones you want to use. I think that would be so fucking cool. I think as you progress through these stories, we should be unlocking trusts as we go through them. They don't have to be canon, it doesn't have to be canon, But like people like Fedola and stuff like that, they should just be a trust now. We can just utilize them in dungeons. It doesn't have to be canon, it would just be a fun thing. Judging by your guise, Clemens, your studies must have been productive. Indeed, I have more or less mastered the fundamental principles of the Charlayan astrology. At one point, I considered exploring other healing arts, but decided to preserve with more focused training to better leverage my skills on the battlefield. I don't think much on the battlefield these days. I can scarcely hold my bow steady, let alone hit a target. So sorely befit my brotherly ministrations as I am. What the fuck did you just say? I did not. Sorry. My brain did not allow me to absorb that. I knew you still required constant supervision. You two haven't changed in the slightest. Makes me wonder how the colleagues couldn't have joined us today are faring. Yeah. Yo. This is the latest development. It is indeed a shock. I am heartened to see not a single face clouded with despair. Yo, lady. I helped repel the voice-sent incursion in Lapis Mandels, fighting off fiend considered Grant Gality is something. I won't rush to reveal, but it was nevertheless good timing. Oh my god, sorry. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I can't read. Corlett and I had remained in Corvos to monitor the situation among the Gallians and Crovosse. Though seldom smooth sailing in time the region settled, and we were able to return. I understand the Gallian community has made great strides in improving relations with other people. Hearing that, I feel renewed zeal of restoring the issues in Corvus. And perhaps you'd like to hear more about the Gallian's accomplishment from me and the twins. It might stoke the fire even hotter. Okay. So Balzac. Don't worry about me, I'm sure we've got plenty to discuss with all these old faces. Hey, Tadru. It seems the colleagues I'm going to read that one again. It seems the colleagues have much to catch each other up on. I shall brew some tea. Oh, Tataru, good shit. Love a cup of tea. It was no means an easy decision, but the solstice is now a paramount concern. Alize and I have opted to formally withdraw our efforts in Garlemald. After all, anything we can do to protect our world will also serve to keep the Gallians safe. Julius and his comrades, Eulus and his comrades, are already working towards a brighter future of their own accord. Honestly, I'm more worried about us. It's so difficult to see the path ahead, but hopefully we can get through this and return to Garlemald with our heads held high. Indeed. In the meantime, let us prepare a letter for Julius and the community. We mustn't let despair stay our hand. Okay. It seems everyone's had much more to discuss with one another. Anyway, I think you're overdue a proper break. The peace and quiet will help you think. Feel free to make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite, and come back about, let's say about 4 months. Come back then. Roger that. Roger that, Dadru. Oh, we got a meanwhile?
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
I detest evenings such as this. too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential.
Question mark makes me nervous. Oh, you son of a
You
bitch.
needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. Our destination is the fourth.
Why are you telling me this?
A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
That sounds exciting.
It was not my intent to excite. I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more.
Yeah, what are they though? What are your designs? Why are you helping the winner? I feel like it makes no sense at this point. I don't understand.
Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway.
That's not true. I do have the means to follow you, probably.
What Halmarut said to you earlier.
What if I just like cut your head off and squeezed all the stuffing out of your stupid body? Would you would you be, you know, would you just be reprinted? Like what would happen?
She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost?
There's a range of emotions.
I will share with you a truth. We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world. Fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
You need help down the stairs, or you good? That was not the meanwhile I thought we were going to get. Shattered stars are doomed to mend. How turns the key to winter's end? Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, look, we're done. We've done it, man. I can't believe. I can't believe we're done. That's it. Until January. Oh my god, it's so far away. We got the pre-quests around September, but in January we have cold. I was gonna say Cold Harbor. That's not right. Evercold. Yeah, man. Man, that's exciting. That's cool. I'm into it. I say we had FanFest that just went by, and I was excited by most of the stuff that I saw. I think I'm interested in seeing what they do. We don't really know much yet. Obviously, we're not going to see anything until the European FanFest, which is not for a few months. And then September, I think it's September. That could be wrong. I have it in my brain in September, but that might not be right. We'll have this part 2 of the story, which leads us into Evercold's expansion, which we will, of course, do. And then we will play Evercold in January. Probably end of January. I don't know that, but my thought process is that it's probably the last Tuesday in January. But man, we're going places. We're going to the 4th. It's exciting. I want to somehow do something to kind of keep Final Fantasy content going in between gaps, because we have these gaps. We have these massive gaps between stories, and we do the stories, and I really enjoy doing this show. I mean, been playing a lot of Pokemon recently, and playing other games, and we play a lot of stuff. And I feel like Final Fantasy, it kind of ends up falling off to the rail side. You know what I mean? Like, it falls off to the side because there's not a lot of it. We get these little, like, bite-sized chunks. And I do a few episodes, and then we don't see any Final Fantasy stuff on the channel until the next little bite-sized bit of story, right? I don't really know how to fix that. I don't even know if I can fix that, but I would like to somehow. I don't know, but basically, that's just a thought process I'm having right now. If you have ideas, then by all means, please let me know in the comments if you have any ideas of what sort of content you would like to see me do in the future. That's perhaps not main story related. I thought about stuff like raid tiers, storylines, and the 24-mans and stuff like that. I thought about stuff like that. I don't know, basically. I don't know. I thought about it, but I haven't made any decisions yet. So there'll be other little bits of content as well that come out that we could do from time to time. But yeah, we'll it's just a thought process, basically. We're coming up on, I was gonna say Cold Harbor again, Evercold, but of course that's in January. It's a long way away. It's so hard to think that Christmas is going to be before we have that, right? It'll be a huge gap. Maybe I'll do a video on something. Let me know if you'd be interested in my thoughts on like FanFests and stuff. And maybe I'll do a little video talking about the FanFest in Germany and then the FanFest in Japan when they go. Because I watch them all and do that sort of stuff. But let me know if you'd be interested. And maybe I can do something. I don't know what. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe we can do like a roulette chat or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do a roulette and I'll just have a little chat with you guys about it. We could do something like that. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Let me know if you guys feel especially attuned to any of those ideas. And we'll approach that. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really do enjoy doing Final Fantasy XIV. I love this game. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. At this point, it very well could be considered my favorite game of all time. It could very well be. Oh my god, look at them all. Look at them all. All hanging out. Just like it was all those years ago. What does Tartaru have to say on that fact? I'll let you know when decisions are set to resume. Until then, please go and get some rest. Okay. Azay, what you got? I'd let Euless know about we met Zero. I'm sure you'd wish to hear she's faring well. You reckon we can go see Euless? Reckon we go talk to him? I wouldn't mind talking to Alphino before we go. I don't know where Alphino is. All the way over here. Talk to Alphino, then we'll go see Euless and see. We'll just see if we can find him. I will continue to keep abreast of the situation in Garlemald. The reports from Ilsbad contingent. Should another crisis arise, we will not hesitate to provide our support. That's nice. Let's go. Let's teleport to the Garlemald place, to the Tita room, and see if we can find Euless. See if he has anything cool to say. Just before we end off here. Here he is. Hello. So you met with Zero? Honestly, once I gave you the dumplings, I realized what a silly request. After all, there was no guarantee you'd see her. I'm glad you did, of course. Let's hope the day comes when such treats are commonplace in the void. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. That's been patch 7.5. I guess I'm gonna go do the 24-man now or something. I don't know. In any case, I'll see you all later on for the rest of it in September-ish, if that's correct. I'm doubting myself. I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.